Howdy, y'all. It's me again, your Texas Check here. Yeah, I know it took a while for me to get back in the game here, but holy man, it has just been crazy out there. Crazy past few weeks. Past month has been crazy in and of itself. Just weather-wise. Never mind everything else on top of that. What with the full-time job and then the Army National Guard duty heaped on top of it. Yeah, it adds up. So yeah, but I've been getting a few ideas about what to do for the channel, for y'all out there, for anything that's in demand, basically, that you'd like to see from me. So yeah, I thought about like doing audiobooks, for instance, also talking about military subjects. I mean, like in terms of like preparation, some procedures that go through with training and such, stuff of that sort. And as you can see, well, before I get further into it, got the hat again. Yeah, can't be the Texas Check without that. So, yeah, been brainstorming, coming up with a few ideas here and there. Coming up to, for example, also start a podcast. That's another thing I'm getting into, starting it with a bunch of folks whom I know, whom I work with, whom I talk with, whom I chat with on a regular basis, who have some ideas to share out there that are useful, that are helpful. Something that can even cheer you up, or maybe give you some insight on something that you didn't see before. There's a whole bunch of other stuff I'm looking into as well. Things like topics or video games, anime too. Getting into the gist of those, talking about them, describing them, seeing what's good, what's not so good, if you're up for that. But yeah, so those are just a few of the ideas that I've been looking into lately, and seeing what works, what ticks, what to do first, how to approach things, how to get a clear sense of where to go and where to start. So I decided that, well, maybe perhaps starting on an audiobook might be a good idea, or maybe starting on the podcast, or with either myself or with a first guest might be a good place to start. And so that's what I'm getting into. Yeah, to talk about also other topics that are of great interest, things like travel, places that others and as well as myself might have an interest in, that have something that's unique or different about them. I mean, I've traveled all across the United States, much of Europe at this point. I've been to a couple places in Africa, one in the Caribbean so far. I want to broaden my scope there, of course, but yeah, so far so good. I've also met a good many people who come from so many different parts of the world at this point. My education has seen to that, as well as my military career, even my current civilian job that I work at. In fact, yeah, there's a good mix of folks there as well. So those are some of the ideas that I've been looking into, and I've decided that, well, starting out with like an audiobook or something along those lines would be a good place to start, a good place from which to branch out, but also looking to see if you're up for going into more into video games, or more into videos, or more into anime, shows, media of that sort. And if also if any of y'all are like writers, or people who like lean into that kind of art form, then I'm also greatly interested in getting into that more, because I've started writing. In fact, I've started putting ideas for my own books into actual written work. Yeah, and I have a few apps that which I use for that currently, and yeah, so far it's been a great experience. I mean, just brainstorming the ideas, getting them down, and tweaking them as you see fit, so that it really does sound like your own work and not the AI's. That is to say. So yeah, that's where I'm at currently, and give it. If you have any ideas for like which audiobook would be a good place to start, yeah, I'm all up for it. But I already have a few ideas in mind. Books that have long interested me. Some of them are fantasy books. Others are works of nonfiction that are classics that have had a real major impact on basically our own way of thinking towards certain situations. And again, some of them branch out into historical experiences, like with, say, war, conflict, interest, subjects that are in some ways difficult to swallow, but in others are all the more important, really, given the kind of world that we now live in. I mean, I'm sure you've seen you've seen it in some vestige or other, the headlines, the situations happening in all corners that we know about and are all too familiar with, whether it's Ukraine or the situation in the Middle East, or even the tense situations that are playing out in other regions like South Asia, parts of East Asia, also, not to mention many parts of Africa on top of that. Yeah, it's just a horrible, big fucking slugfest right now. At least so it looks in a lot of cases, but yeah, it is where we're at now, and me, I'm sure that many in our families have seen situations like this pan out before in other situations from the past, be it our grandparents or great grandparents, in one part of the globe or another, where they bore witness to some sort of shit that our generation has found it difficult to so much as contemplate. Never mind put into practice or see eye to eye on in some capacity. But yeah, I mean, if you have some ideas that you'd like to see, by all means, let me know. I'm about to get started. That's going to be like the next phase for my channel here, and so I'm going to brainstorm ideas further. Maybe hop on the Chat GPT, brainstorm a plan of action there, and I get the ball rolling. So again, any ideas you want to see, go ahead and shoot. I'm all ears, and it's my pleasure. I mean, I'm here to basically to chat with you all, entertain you all. Get myself out there and see what I'm all about and what you're all about. So yeah, there you have it. Until next time, we're going to see what comes of it, what comes next, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Okay. Until then, this is your Texas Check. Take care, y'all. Have a great one.